Are the 49ers a Super Bowl lock in the NFC?
I'm not ready to say lock yet. No, like I think we've seen that you can crack this team, right? It's a matter of who can do it in the playoffs, and
Right.
if someone can do it in the NFC. Yeah, obviously, I do think it's likely. It's likely that they could, pull it out. But I could. Yeah, we always say like the early seasons matchups don't matter that much. Like I could see the Cowboys coming back for revenge. I could see
that as
the
well.
Eagles getting on a run, miraculous run, and finding the way back there.
I don't know if I see that one as much.
That was the thing, is it's not. I don't see as much, but it's like I'm not going to count them out all the way.
Right.
I'd say though, if I'm giving percentages, there's about a 75. You flip a coin 3 out of 4 times, and it's 3 out of 4 times it's going to go the Niners' way.
I'm honestly more confident in the Rams beating them than the Lions, just because of Stafford and
100%.
and McVay Shanahan connection type thing.
1,000%. The Rams is the thing. The Rams too. Like there's definitely teams in there that I can't say they're a lock, but I'll say that I'm very confident in them.
So Brock Purdy turned it around. CMC is probably out until the playoffs. That bye week that the 49ers possibly were gifted is going to do them right.
Yeah. That's another thing you got. It's like, hold on a minute. Did the Lions just get hoed out so the Niners can rest? Like, wait a fucking minute.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hold on the fucking phone, dude.
Brock Purdy, what was it? 78% completion percentage, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just an impressive day from the 49ers, but not like super impressive. I don't know. It was a weird game because wasn't it like tied at halftime?
It was
or something
also just
like
one
that?
of those games, though. I feel like it's kind of like the Niners just knew what they had to do. Like they just had to keep it. They just had to keep the ball moving on the ground. They just had to keep chewing that clock. And it was like our defense is playing so good, we just got to not make a big mistake.
Yeah.
And also, like I would say, this time of the year, nobody really talks about this, but this is one thing I'm always big on. I feel like you don't want to put out a ton on tape. Like you're gonna like reserve as much as you can.
That's fair, especially when it's a team like the Commanders, where you're not really worried about losing to them. I mean, every team is going to come to play, but the Commanders have been kind of in some turmoil lately. Brandon Ayuk continues to ball. They got to pick up his 5th-year option soon. Or extend.
He's going to want that fat extension.
Oh, he's going to want a bag.
He's going to threaten. He's going to be threatening over that bag. I don't blame him.
Realistically, can you pay him though?
That's what's going to be interesting next year, because there's always the situations where they say, "Hey, you don't want to pay me what I know I'm worth, and you just want to like pay me to sit this year." Could Ayuk be that guy if they don't win the bowl this year? Or if they do, I guess it gives you even more incentive. Because then you're already, the job's done, I guess, in your opinion. It's like, now y'all really got to pay me. So I think either way, that's something to keep your eye on this offseason. Nobody's talked about yet, but
let's move to the Commanders. Sam Howell, is he gone for sure?
I think he's definitely not gone, but backup role. Like you keep him on the roster for certain.
Oh yeah,
but I think this only adds to the speculation that you kind of now have to move on to a new QB1.
0 sacks for the Commanders. Their defense is just atrocious.
Genuinely, the decision to trade away both of the edge rushers. I understand. I would have understood one.
Like, imagine you traded Chase and either Jonathan Allen or Daron Payne. 1, you would have netted more capital, and 2, you probably would have a sack.
No, but here's my thing too. Then I guess also I'm starting to think, and like on the other hand, they
probably
did have a sack. Knew that this was going to happen.
It was a team sack apparently. I don't know. That's what ESPN is saying. ESPN is saying 1 team sack, but it's not crediting it to anybody.
Yeah. So, however you want to.
Maybe everyone tackled them. I don't know.
Yeah. However you want to go about that. But the reality is this: they get their pass rush is dead.
No, it's done.
The pass rush is dead. But I think now I'm looking at it from a bipartisan perspective. Maybe the ownership group knew this was going to happen, and they were like, you know what? We want to suck as much as possible. Get that draft pick as high as possible. Let's just ship out everybody and rebuild from there. If you want to look at it like that, then I guess it makes sense.
They do currently hold the number 2 pick in the draft. Their run game is also dead. Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson really not doing much.
Yeah, it's a mess. But at least you are in I guess you could say, a directional mess, because the ownership group is probably looking to just scrap and rebuild.